Hello, and welcome back to another episode of It's Always Sunny in Hollywood, where today I don't even know how we're gonna set this up, to be honest. It's a romantic comedy, but the comedy is very questionable and also unintentional, and the romance isn't there. That's right, today we are talking about the Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez special, Gigli. I am your host, Lugia, and today with me are...
My name is
I'm still
Patty.
thinking about the fucking turkey line, man. What was that turkey shit? Gobble
It's
gobble.
it's turkey time, and then they turkeyed all over the
It's
place.
turkey time. All right. I'm Red. How about we talk about some news first? Did you know that Army Hammer is making an acting comeback?
Really?
Yeah. He's Uwe Boll is making a new movie starring Army Hammer. The movie is called The Dark Knight, and it's about a vigilante who hunts down criminals. So he's definitely going for that whole confused grandma at the bargain DVD sale, so she buys the wrong movie demographic, which is surprisingly successful. So you guys familiar with Uwe Boll and Army Hammer?
Not terribly familiar,
Uh,
no.
Army Hammer. I don't know the other guy.
Oh, so Uwe Boll, he's like infamous for a lot of like video game movies. He made a Postal. He also is
Yeah, okay, I know him.
yeah, he's pretty well known for like also being a little bit nuts. Do you guys remember Something Awful? That forum?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
It used to be like a really big like part of the internet. So many memes like that you all know came from there. It was kind of like 4chan before 4chan. Anyway, Uwe Boll once had a celebrity boxing match with the guy who created that website. Uwe Boll was like, "I will fight any of my critics in the ring," like, and he took him up on it. And then he got this shit beaten out of him. Not Uwe Boll, the other guy, Low Tax.
I guess it's time to rip the band-aid off.
Yes, it's time to it's
Let's
turkey
do it.
time. It's turkey time.
All
Gobble
right.
Yeah,
gobble.
let's turkey all over the place.
G.I. Lee was released in August 1st, 2003, directed by Martin Brest. Fun fact, this was his last directorial role.
Real? I don't believe you. What? I swear I've seen Martin Brest since. No fucking way. What? Oh my god, it was. Damn. It was that bad a bomb?
If that doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what will. Speaking
This
of...
dude won an
What are you talking
Oscar.
about? Here's what happened. He finished this movie and was like, you know what? No way I can top it. So I'm not even gonna try.
Speaking
He
of
made like a
bomb,
huge blockbuster like just a few years before. He's won an Oscar. What? That's crazy.
Oscar-winning directors can make awful movies. It's possible.
I know, but
They're
like
not
for it to
immune.
kill your
The
entire
Oscar doesn't
career.
the Oscar doesn't shield them from mediocrity.
No, yeah, but like for it to kill your entire career is like crazy.
that's
Like you
something
think that like
else.
they'd give you another chance. Like one mistake, it was like, all right, you made one thing, but like then again, this only made $7 million on a 75 million budget. So like that is a crazy fucking bomb. Holy shit! I did not realize it was that bad. Midnight Run is like a really good movie in my opinion. Damn.
Was that immediately before this?
No, that was like the 80s. Immediately before this was Meet Joe Black, which I personally don't think is a great movie, but it made like a fuck ton of money, so I didn't think like I thought that would have given him like some credit, like
Maybe there were signs.
because like he made a movie that made a ton of money before, then right before that he made a movie that won an Oscar, and then he made two of the most beloved comedies of the 80s with Midnight Run and Beverly Hills Cops. Like that's his resume was just like solid.
It was going too well. He's like, you know what? Let me do something about that.
But yes, this movie stars the power couple Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, who it didn't last long. I don't know when they broke up, but I think it was like almost after this movie was filmed,
They got
I
back
heard that
together. They
compromise.
got back together several times.
and they broke
They
up
have had
again.
a they have had
I
an
heard their
au-
breakup compromised this movie's release. Is that correct,
can
or was that just a
I think
rumor?
so.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Here's-
Ben Affleck has had an on-off relationship with both Jennifer Garner and Jennifer Lopez. So I imagine what is he just likes to anytime he's feeling lonely, he just goes outside and screams Jennifer and one of them shows up.
Works every time.
Yeah, he was married to both of them too because again, he's been married he just got divorced with Jennifer Lopez this year because he was married to her for 3 years, the last 3 years, and also I think he's back with Jennifer Garner now. So like, this dude's got a crazy dating life. Also, for some reason, Ben Affleck can speak Spanish better than Jennifer Lopez, which I don't fucking know, man. This man has got a crazy life.
Actually, fun fact, the female lead wasn't going to be Jennifer Lopez at first. It was going to be Halle Berry. But due to
Halle Berry's
scheduling
too good for this
conflicts
movie.
with her film X2, she was replaced with J-Lo.
I can confidently tell you that X-Men 2 is a better movie than this. It's not a great movie, but it's a better movie. It is a good movie. It is watchable.
I guess like one large fun fact. So Kevin Smith and Matt Damon are friends of Ben Affleck, and sometimes they like to tease him about Gigli. There's a thing that Kevin Smith does with Ben where they just kind of rib on one another, and then the moment he brings up this movie, the conversation ends.
Ben Affleck's like done so many bad movies, but like Jiggly is like the one that gets brought up the most. The second one that gets brought up the most is Jersey Girl, just because Kevin Smith just really hates that movie. So he makes fun of it all the time. Which is really funny to me because it's not that bad a movie, but it's Kevin Smith just feels ashamed of it for some reason. This is the worst,
the plot.
This is the worst Ben Affleck movie I've seen, though. But actually, this is the second worst Ben Affleck movie I've ever seen.
So Lugia, what is the plot of Genie?
I'll keep it very simple. I might skip out on a few details, but who fucking cares? So
Yeah, so Gigolo is about
it is about a man named Larry Gigli.
Giorno.
It's pronounced Gigli. I know we've been mispronouncing it, but honestly, it's much funnier to mispronounce it.
Yeah, so Larry Giorno, he's a LA mobster, who like tries to act tough, but he's not really that tough.
He is incredibly insecure.
Yeah.
But one day he is told from a high-ranking member of his organization, Louis, to essentially kidnap the younger brother of a powerful prosecutor. And so he does just that, but the kid is mentally challenged, and that goes places that make you extremely uncomfortable and wonder why the writers even bothered. And it's not going too well. So Louis sends in Jennifer Lopez, known as Ricky. That's not her real name in the movie, but that's what we're gonna call her for now. And she's basically there to keep an eye on Gigli and make sure everything is okay. And things do not go okay when Christopher Walken shows up and says, we don't know what's going on, but I think someone in your organization might be kidnapping this poor boy. All right, I'm gonna go
And then he
get
leaves
some
to get
ice cream. Yummy. Mm.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's it. That's the extent of Christopher Walken in this movie.
He's
He
only
comes
in
to
that
say
one
goes to
scene.
get ice cream. Honestly, I would have rather seen the escapades of him going to get ice cream than everything else afterwards.
Where's our Giggly side story? But yeah, shit gets fucked. They meet the higher up in the organization because they had to cut the thumb of the kid, but they didn't. They went to a morgue and cut off the thumb of a dead guy, and he's like, the fingerprints are wrong. I'm gonna shoot Louis now. And then J-Lo talks down to him, and he's like, all right, we're cool now. See ya. And that's it. That's the movie.
So as you can tell by our attitudes, we loved it. It was great.
All right,
Who wants to start?
let's start with the positives. What little there are, but there are positives.
All the guest actors are pretty funny.
Mainly
guys that
Christopher
show up for
Walken
one
and Al
scene.
Pacino.
Yeah, when they show up for like one scene, they just do some funny shit. I will admit, this movie did get us audibly laughing sometimes, not intentionally, and sometimes it wasn't even because of the movie. It was just because of something, because of me fucking up. But we did have fun watching it. Technically,
I liked all of Ben Affleck's overacting in the beginning, like when he's saying, "I am the realest #1 OG gangster."
yeah.
When
That's
he's
not
like
what he said,
flexing,
but, you know,
It
it's
falls
when
apart.
he's flexing in front of himself
Like,
in the mirror, he's like, "I'm the bull, you're the cow," and he just keeps repeating that over and over.
Ben Affleck almost makes the movie work. The issue is the mentally challenged man. The jokes they do with him just bomb every time.
and
every time they
time
try to make,
J-Lo
like,
and Ben
J-
Affleck talk,
Every
the
time like
movie
they
gets
try to make J-Lo
significantly
seem
worse.
like every time they make J-Lo seem tough, it completely bombs because she's having this like, yo, I'm this like street talker. I'm this, I got this attitude. I'm smart and shit. Except every line she says is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Holy shit! Like this joke has made me want to never make this movie makes me never want to make an offensive joke again because Jesus, everyone bombs so badly.
I give credit that like Ben Affleck and a lot of the others tried. Sometimes it's amusing, but yeah, my
Yep.
God, the jokes in this movie. This movie
This
got
is actually
progressively
special.
worse as it went along, and this movie is 2 hours.
It
This
felt
movie
like
did not
5.
need to be 2 hours.
Every time there was a scene where Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were just in a room together and there's supposed to be romantic tension, it doesn't work. They do not have any chemistry, and the lines that they are given, holy shit. How many?
Yeah, it's like fucking.
There's a whole like 10-minute conversation about penises and vaginas.
And it's all
No,
the way he
stop.
says it is so fucking funny. It's like, oh, women, they don't got the equipment. They gon', they got this. They don't got the penis. And it was like the way, like he pauses and says penis in such a funny way.
He
which
elongates the E.
the penis. And it was like he sounds like fucking like they both sound like Lois Griffin at certain points. It's like, oh, the penis. And it was like, oh, and the women, they got the perfect form, they got the lips, the lips. Everyone wants to kiss the lips, and you know what? And you know what lips look like? They look like vagina. It was like the vagina, like, and she says vagina, like the fucking like Louis C.K. bit. It was like Jesus Christ.
Let's
And then
forget turkey time, gobble gobble.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
forgot that was in this movie.
The cunnilingus stuff comes back because later when she decides that she no longer wants to be homosexual, because and the reason she stops being gay is because she's like, actually, I think that Gigli, I think you're a little bit of a pussy boy. I think you're a very feminine man, and because you're so girly, like it turns me on being lesbian. And like Ben Affleck's like, well, you're kind of a manly dude. And I was like, what is this shit? What am I watching here? It's so bad.
I just want to bring attention to the fact that
after their sex scene, I pretty much clocked out the rest of the movie. Then Al Pacino showed up, and I'm like, all right, where's this going? And then I clocked out again.
No, actually, the Al Pacino stuff is great, especially because he just randomly shoots someone in the head. And what's really funny is our copy of the movie buffered the second he got shot. So our frame was just stuck on the shot dude for like a minute. It was the funniest shit ever.
That gave us a good laugh.
But
generally,
wasn't the intention, but
I'm like forever gonna like. I think you need to watch it on like a corrupted, like shitty internet. That's the ideal way to watch this movie because it will just pause at the funniest fucking moments, and it'll just like.
There was.
It's great, yeah.
There was.
I would
Okay,
only
hold
recommend
up,
this movie for like a bad movie night. Do not watch this by yourself. It is just a painful
that is how
experience.
I saw it, and honestly, the only things I remember were the Christopher Walken and Al Pacino cameos. I did not remember. Okay, so we established that Jennifer Lopez is a lesbian in this movie. At the halfway point of the movie, her ex-girlfriend shows up for no reason and has an argument with J-Lo, and then says, "I'm gonna kill myself," and slits her wrists.
Both of them.
Okay, here's the thing, guys.
And then they go to the hospital.
I want to make it
at the hospital is when Ben Affleck is like, you know what? I think I like this girl.
By the way, I want to make it something very clear to the audience listening to this. I know this sounds fucking hilarious, but I want to make it clear. It is incredibly boring in between the really funny parts. It is so fucking boring. Like, it has like a couple great fucking moments. The first 30 minutes and the last like 20 minutes. The last 20 minutes should just not exist, and the first 30 minutes should be like a third of that time. It is so long. This is an hour and like 20-minute movie that is 2 hours for some reason.
Was this movie sponsored by Energizer? Because it keeps going and going and going.
I don't know.
Also, like, I know we've been like really ripping into like the humor and the content and the characters and everything. This movie has an interesting problem I don't think I've ever come across in any other movie. The musical score feels very out of place. Like, it's well composed, but like it has a very easy listening, relaxing sound to it, and it does not match the vibe of the scenes.
Didn't you
like,
say
Ben
something
Affleck or some
similar
other
about
character will be
Second
like,
Glance?
No, I said
yeah,
something like that, but
Second Glance
here,
kind of
like,
had
it actually didn't fit the vibe of the scene because like somebody's yelling and it's just like a very soothing piece playing in the background, and I don't know, it was very confusing to me. Like, again, it's well composed. It's by John Powell and he does great work, but like it didn't match.
No, it sounds like something that'd be like in like a blaxploitation movie, but like during like the more relaxed scenes.
That was Second Glance. No, here it was very like soothing music.
That's very funny because I'm
But
just
it
looking
kinda
at
starts
IMDb
off,
right
like-
now, and one of
it
the
starts off
trivia
funkier, but, like,
facts is although everything was criticized, the score earned a lot of praise. It was like the most praised thing about the movie.
That's fair.
Again, it's well composed. It didn't fit a lot of the time. To me, it didn't.
The score is really interesting because like it opens up with like this like funky like blaxploitation thing, but then like as it goes along, it becomes like I don't know. I feel like if the funk stuff at the start should have like that's probably how it should have been like the whole movie, but then it stops being that. And it was like I don't know why.
Well, they do have Brian sing a lot of rap.
How did this movie cost $75 million? Most of it is in an apartment.
Apparently, this script underwent a lot of revisions, so it kind of ballooned the budget. But the initial budget was about
don't get paid that
54
much.
million.
Writers don't get paid that much.
Yeah, I mean, well, this was
What do you think? There's
2003,
like a
and that was
strike
kind
every
of
like 10 years. There's a strike every 10 years because writers don't get paid enough.
This was 2003, and that was kind of a big year for movies set in apartments.
The Room, right? Yeah. This does feel like The Room, honestly. This is like a
Actually,
high budget version of The Room.
Honestly,
No,
yeah,
it's not.
because really think about it. Mostly set in one apartment. Random characters just keep showing up. Awkward ass sex scenes. Awkward conversations about sex and relationships. Weird
And there's
music
just, like-
choices. This
yeah,
is
and,
The
like,
Room.
It's missing
Brian's
the
kind of like
charm,
Tommy.
though.
And Brian's kind of like Tommy, where there's just like this like mentally disabled kid that's just there for some reason. Yeah, okay, so anyway, the shtick with Brian the whole movie is that he really wants to see Baywatch, and no one even knows what it means, but like apparently they're like at the end of the movie it's revealed they're actually like shooting episodes of Baywatch there, which I don't even know if Baywatch was like still on the air when this came out. It's basically kind of like Borat in a way. Yeah, but yeah, Baywatch was not on the air when this movie came out. But he wants to like go see Baywatch or whatever, and then it's literally like the last 20 minutes is just like this Baywatch scene, and it's so weird because like it feels like the movie should have ended, and it just keeps going and going and going. It's like what's going on? But yeah, it's kind of like Borat in a way, where like it's some like guy who doesn't understand social cues that desperately wants to like meet Pamela Anderson or some shit. Like, I don't know.
If I can be slightly positive, not very, but slightly, one intentional kind of running joke that did get a bit of a laugh out of me is that Ben Affleck like the kid asked for a bedtime story, so he just reads him like instructions on like random household items like hot sauce and toilet paper. Like that got kind of a chuckle out of me, like an intentional one.
It still felt kind of mean-spirited, though. Like, when Brian says he wants to go to the Baywatch, and then Larry's like, all right, I'm gonna go get my walkie-talkie. He holds up a flashlight to fool Brian. It's like, oh, okay. All right, I see what you're doing, but, like, you're not getting a laugh out of me. Apparently, there was an alternate ending that didn't jive with test audiences. I'm going to assume when they were at Al Pacino's place, Larry was gonna be shot and killed. That's it. That's
That would have saved
the difference.
that would have saved us about like 40 minutes. Where test audiences really like, no, don't kill him. We want more movie.
I want Ben Affleck to live.
It makes sense why this movie destroyed their relationship, quite frankly.
And
This is
destroyed
no,
the career of Martin Brest.
This is no Eyes Wide Shut.
Say this, like I had never seen this movie before. I didn't know anything about it other than its reputation. It was nothing at all that I was expecting it to be. I thought it would just be like a straightforward romantic comedy where they're both in a relationship. But I was not expecting some type of crime, kidnapping, weird sex movie.
If you want to watch a crime romance thing with Jennifer Lopez, that's good. Watch Out of Sight. If you want to watch someone babysitting a mentally disabled man, that's good. Watch, I don't know, Rain Man, Good Time. If you want to watch debates about gender and like sex and all that stuff, watch When Harry Met Sally or Chasing Amy. There's so much this movie is like that's better. Don't watch
An
this.
awkward apartment movie that talks about sex and relationships. Watch The Room. Otherwise,
I'm
if you're
surprised
really
you of
curious,
all people are recommending
watch
The
this-
Room.
like I'm not crazy about The Room. I get the appeal, but like
Just saying, like, if you want to watch a bad
But-
movie, the Room is the more fun bad movie.
again, I will give credit. This movie did give me some good laughs unintentionally.
Yeah, but it was like it was laughs that like
but
it like woke my brain up after like it numbed it for so long. Like it's not, at least The Room is more consistent with like keeping you engaged. Like this is just oy vey.
you are curious about this movie in particular, though. You know, Gigli, Gatsby,
Giggly.
whatever.
Yeah.
Giggity
Then-
giggity.
That too. That
Yeah.
too. Watch it
Anyway.
with friends. You'll have some fun, but that's about it.
There's not much you're gonna get out of this. I mean, we still had a good time in
No.
some regard, but most of it was a fucking shit show.
So that was certainly one way to start off the new year. How do you want to continue it,
Happy
Patty?
January. Right. My choice. So the good news is this is a much better movie. And actually, this was quite a surprise on my end. I saw this movie recently. It's actually a very recent movie. I originally had no intention of seeing it because it didn't seem like something I'd be interested in. It's a movie that's part of a multimedia franchise that I never really got into, but I heard positive buzz about this movie in particular, gave it a watch, and I'd say it lived up to the hype. So, for next week, gents, we are rolling out with the recently released Transformers 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've heard good things about it too.
The only Transformers movie I saw was the first Michael Bay one in 2007.
I saw the
I have a very
80s one and the first 3 Michael Bay ones. Oh, and also Bumblebee. I saw Bumblebee.
I have a bizarre relationship with the Transformers franchise, but I'll save that for when we actually talk about the movie.
I watched some of the cartoons growing up, but that's it. I'm not like a huge Transformers guy, but I would say I'm decently familiar with them. All right, so next week, Transformers 1, 2024, directed by Josh Cooley.
Alright, now I'm gonna go get myself some ice cream. Mmm.
Penis.